everyone, it is KikiGirlGaming and I am here with a new game. It's Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. I'm going to be doing this new series. It's going to be called Golden Games. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing free games. Okay, so, well, I'm going to be playing the games that you get free with gold. So. I played the Jack the Ripper one, I think it was just called Sherlock Holmes vs. Jack the Ripper, and it was really fun. I know when this game came out, I was looking at it, and then I never bought it because I wasn't sure. I didn't really hear anything good or bad from like people. Just I really liked the Jack the Ripper one. And I think it was mostly because it was like the Jack the Ripper, and I'm really into that kind of serial killer. But we'll play this and see how it goes. Oh goodness.
Holmes.
Oh no. Take cover. This is an interesting way to show how to, or a tutorial.
Holmes, will you stop that?
Yeah. Can you stop that, please, Mr. Holmes?
You are utterly mad.
Sir.
Stop, Holmes.
Is that you, Watson?
Yes.
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
This game does look pretty good.
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
Yep.
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Oh no.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Okay, so I will be Mr. Holmes. Oh, is this a loading screen? This is a pretty cool loading screen. So I can look at my evidence and everything while it's loading. I'm not really going to diss this game because hopefully it's good. Hopefully it has good cases, and it's also free if you have gold. So why not, right?
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Alright. Ooh, detective vision. That's exciting. Okay.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Of course. Can't walk any faster than this, I don't think.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Okay, so we already know where the body was found, I believe. Actually, I don't know. I think we should just ask all.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
So it seems like she was kind of scared of her husband when he drank. Interesting.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
All by himself. Really. She seems like a high-class person, so I highly doubt that she didn't have a gardener, because why not, right? Oh, I have to examine her face. Oh. Oh. Catholic rosary. Okay, so she's religious. Gloves, okay, so maybe her and her husband both did it? Crested tilt. Interesting. And birdhouse. Yep. So she's building a birdhouse.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Pilgrimage. Right?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
I'm smart.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch it.
Okay, so now I have to go in the room and look at the body. With the
door
versus the Jack the Ripper game.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Someone's tried to force the door open. Would you imagine that? Probably the person that killed them. Door. Yes. Scratches. Yes.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Or perhaps he was rushed. Well, that's a lot more.
Terrible way to die.
That's a lot more gruesome than I thought it was gonna be. What's in here? There's a chest. Yep.
Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
Right, because he was a sailor.
Peter carries boots. They look to be a size 8.
Okay. Alright, I guess that was it. Ugh. Alright guys, this is going to be the end of this episode. I'm going to keep these kind of short, but edit out a lot of just walking around. So I hope you all enjoyed. I'll keep playing this. I'm actually very interested. So this is still going to be part of the Golden Games series, I think. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, whatever I do, I'll just do it the way I want to. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you guys all next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.